Hello everyone, welcome to ChamiViews. This is our third video of our item management system. Right, in the previous video, we have discussed about the how we can write the unit test for the service layer as well as the DAO layer. If you haven't got that done, please look into that because when we are writing the unit test, you want to know those things, right? Otherwise, you are getting confusing regarding the today's thing, right? Okay. In that video, I told you that please try to write the unit test for the item controller, right? Then you can verify your code with me. These are the things that we have discussed in the previous video, right? We have write the unit test for the service layer as well as the DAO layer, right? In here, we are using this file naming convention, right? By putting the underscore test as the suffix, right? Then this go project identify that as a test file, right? Then by clicking the project, we can run all the test cases, right? By clicking this go test item management system, right? In here, it will run all the test cases, right? It will go each and every underscore test files, and then it will run all the test cases. And also we can run the test cases the coverage, right? In here, I am clicking this. In here, it will run the test cases coverage, right? In here, you can see the coverage of our test cases, right? In here, it says that in main.go we haven't write any unit test, right? Item service IMPL, we have 100% cover the unit test, right? And also DAO, we have 100% cover the unit test, but in item controller we haven't cover anything, right? In the red bar shows that we haven't write unit test for that one, right? It is better if you can write the unit test coverage like 100%, right? But normally we are writing unit test that covers the around 80% or something like that, right? Because it is better if you can write the unit test that covers the 100%, right? But that will take some time, right? Okay, today we are going to write the unit test for the item control. Okay, then I will create a new file, right? Item controller underscore test, right? In here, to test the item controller, we want the support of the item service, right? But in here, we are not going to test that one, right? Because of that, we want to mock the item service, right? That's the first thing. This is our item service interface, right? This is the implementation of that. Okay. First, I will mock this item service interface. In here, type mock item service, right? In here, and write like this: create item func, right? In here, what we want to include, I'm creating an response like in this way. We want the request, right? We want the request, and then it will return the response and the error. We want to mock that one here. Request, right? Create that item request, and then it will return the response, right? Item response, and then the error. What we did here, mock the item service database, right? Then we want to implement the function call we want to get the item service and then create item, right? In here, what we are going to do, we basically call the m.create item func, right? In here, what I did, I have created two things, right? This is the mock interface, right? This is the create item function that also I have mock, right? Inside the create item, it will call to this, right? Then it will return the item response and there. That's the thing we did here, right? And then we can write the unit test, right? Initially, I am going to test test item controller. Create item, right? Create item success scenario, right? In here we can write several things, right? Naming case conversation, you can type anything, right? In here I am using the camel case, right? Okay, then we want but testing T, right? In here, what we are going to do here, we are going to test the success scenario, right? First, we want to arrange the data, right? Mock service. Initially, we want the service, right? In here, we want to call this, right? And address of mock item service, right? In here, we want to initialize this create item func, right? Like in this way, we can initialize this. In here, I will return some hard code value here. Item response. Item response have the ID and the name. I can hard code those data here. ID, right? ID 1. Name is what? can type anything. I'm typing test byte. And also we want to return the error, right? Error, return the error as name, right? This is the service mock part, right? This is the mocking part of the service. This is sample thing, right? Basically, what we already have discussed that, right? Mocking means that we are hard coding the data, right? There are several libraries, right? We can use for the mocking purpose, but I am not going to teach you that for the moment, right? When you are doing the another HTTP request, I will teach you how we can mock those things using the mocking libraries, right? But initially you want to know what you are doing, right? Mocking means what, right? Then you can use any other libraries, right, to mock our data. We are using libraries for our to do the works easily, right? But initially you want to know what is the mocking and how we can mock the data, those kind of things, right? If we are using some mocking libraries, they are generating those things by itself, right? We do not want to worry about those things, right? I will show that one as well, but for the moment I am do the mocking as well, right? Then you can get a clear understanding about what is mocking and those kind of things, right? Okay, then we want to instantiate our item controller, new item controller. Then we can pass this mock service, right? In here we have passed that mock service. In here we want to call the post request. If we are sending that post request, it calls to here, right? And service layer, it will call to this create item, right? We have hard coded that create item here, right? Okay. Right. We have initialized our item control. Then we want the item request. Right. In here we can pass the name like in this way. This is the item request, right? Then we want to marshal the item request body because we are sending the JSON data, right? In here, what it is marshal. In here, by referring the doc, you can identify what is doing here, right? Marshal returns the JSON encoding of V, right? It will return the JSON encoding of V. V means the data that we pass to the function, right? Okay. In here, I am not going to worry about the error. This is our JSON body, right? And then I will implement the request, right? In here we can use HTTP test package, right? to do the new request, right? HTTP test new request. In here we can specify the method, right? In here we are putting post request now, right? Then we can mention the method, right? Method post, right? Then it will want the target and the body, right? These things we want to provide. Target is what? Class items, and then we want to pass the body. Body is the type of what? Input output reader, right? That means the bytes, right? We want to convert this to bytes, right? We can use bytes package. Bytes dot new reader. We can pass this JSON body, right? New reader return a new reader reading from B, right? Okay. Request we have added like in this way. In here, by using this HTTP test package, right, we can create the sample request, right? Otherwise, we want to pass that from the postman or something like that, right? In here, you can use this, right? Okay. Then we want what? In here, I will go to the controller, and it has item handler, right? Item handler wants the response writer as well as the request, right? We already have created the request, right? This will return the request. Now what we want now? Now what we want the response item, right? For do that one, we can use HTTP test.new record, right? It will return the response recorder, right? This is our response item, right? Okay, then we can write the fact, right? Okay, in here we can call to ItemController dot items handler, right? We want to pass what? Response writer W and then request, right? Initially we want to call to this function, right? Okay, then we can asset. Okay, in here we want to get the result, right? We can use w.result to get the result, right? It will return the status code, headers, and those stuffs, right? In here we are going to test about the success scenario, right? Then we can test like in this way, status code. When it is success, we have written what? When it's success, we have written this, right? In here we want to add that one. And if it is not got, we can log that one as well, right? T dot error, right? Created item return wrong status code. Got this one, right? Want this. Like in this way, we can log, right? And then we can check the response as well, right? I will create the variable called created item response, right? Type is this, and then we can use the JSON decoder, right, to decode the response, right? If we got some error, we can say error created item return the wrong response. Got this. Want what? In here, this is wrong, right? When we are decoding the things, we can say like in this way. Fail to decode response. That kind of thing we can specify here, right? Response we can mention there. Okay, right. If we did not get any error, we can check, right? Created item response dot id, right? But not equal 1, right? If it is not 1, we can say expected to be 1 got this. And also we can check if name, right, expected name to be test item got this. Like in this way, we can write the unit test, right? In here, what we did was we have test the success scenario, right? This is our hard-coded response. In here, we have test those values. Okay, I will run this test, right? Those test cases have getting passed, right? Okay, hope you got a clear understanding about how we can mock the item controller, right? This is bit different by comparing with the service and the DAO, because in here we want to use HTTP test as well to do the test request, right? Right. Okay. Then we can check another things as well, right? I'm going to write another test case as well. Test item controller create item, right? I am going to test battery test, right? Initially we want the act part, and here I will mock the service, right? Here I have mocked the service, right? But haven't put any data. And then what we want? Item controller, new item controller, then we can pass our service, right? And then we can check. We want to check the bad request, right? Then we can type initialize this kind of variable invalid request body, right? In here, we want the byte array. Then this is the format that we want, right? But in here, what we want to test invalid JSON, right? Then I will add some invalid JSON. Okay. Then we want to define the request, right? HTTP test dot new request. Method is post. Target is items. Then we want to pass the request body, right? And then we can define the response right as well, right? Using the HTTP test dot new record. This is the arrange, right? Arrange. Okay. Then we can write the action item controller dot items handler. We want to pass response right in the request. Then we can asset. Why I haven't may include the response? Because in here we are going to may test the bad request now, right? Then we do not want to specify the response, right? If you want, you can specify the response as well, but for the moment that is not very important, right? We want to focus on the test case, right? I am going to test the bad requesting, right? Then I am not going to worry about the other things, right? In here we can asset. What we are going to do here, if we pass the invalid JSON, we want to check our controller will give the correct output, right? For that, right? In here we can asset, right? We want the response, right? We can get the response like in this way, and then we can check response dot status code equal to this, right? In here in the item controller, if we got a bad JSON request, right, we are returning this error, right? This is the test case that we want to test, right? We want to pass some invalid JSON, and then we are expecting this. Okay, got the understanding about that, right? And then we can mention here create item return wrong status code, got this, want this, right? That's it. Then I am going to run this, right? Then it will run the both test cases, right? This one and the another one, right? This one. I will run this one only. Here, that will get in pass. Right. Okay. In the item controller, right, we can test this one as it. Right? If we got some error, we can check it will give this kind of error or not, right? We can test that run as well, right? I will now check what is the coverage of our test cases, right? And here you can see now our item controller coverage is 63.2, right? By clicking this one, we can see what are the covered areas, right? This part has covered, this part is not get covered, right? This part are not get covered, right? We can write the unit test for those things as well, right? Then those will get in green, right? I am not going to cover these two, right? I will do this for you as a homework, right? Write the test cases for cover these two, right? Then in the upcoming videos, I will write to cover these areas as well, right? Okay. Hope you got a clear understanding about the unit test writing, right? It's actually funny thing, right? By looking at the test coverage, we will get more morale to write the unit test, right? Please write the more test cases, right? To try to get the 100% test coverage for the item control, right? Okay. These are things that I want to teach you today, right? In the upcoming video, I will teach you how we can write the get request, right? Okay. If you have learned new things, please share these things with your friends, right? And please subscribe to my channel. We will meet in the next video. Thank you. Bye.